before I kick this off, I'd like to ask you all a question. So by show of hands, and please keep your hands up for a second. Who here knows someone who's currently dealing with burnout-like symptoms? Right. Now, take a look around. Thank you. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of hands. And that makes sense because 1 in 5 younger people currently are dealing with complaints that could lead up to a burnout within 1 year. Now, for me personally, when I was young, I lost my mom. And when I started my first company, like was just said, when I was 17, right here in this city, I didn't realize that the loss of my mom was actually still haunting me. So 3 years in, shocker, I burn out hard. And if you've ever wondered what it feels like, for 4 years, I was physically, mentally, and emotionally broken, ripped apart. And by the show of your hands, you just demonstrated that I'm not the only 20-something to break down. If you were to look up the word epidemic in the Cambridge Dictionary, you would find the appearance of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time. Now, a burned out millennial generation sure seems to fit that definition. Now, typically, burnout is caused by some sort of imbalance. So, let's do an exercise. I want you to imagine, just imagine. You're fresh out of college. You're at the start of your life, and you're super excited because you have a degree. And it tells you, your family, the world, that you know a little bit about something. And it's pretty awesome. But you're unsure of how to go about life. My guess, it's not all that hard to imagine. Currently, 2 out of 3 people don't actually end up in a career they majored in. But what if you did know? What if, imagine once again, you're that college graduate, but now you are sure about life. Now you are sure of how to go about life. You know who you are. You know what you stand for. You know where you want to go. And you know how to get there. I just asked you about all the people you know who are currently dealing with burnout-like symptoms. What if these people had answers to these 4 questions? Who am I? What do I stand for? Where do I want to go, and how do I get there? What if they had these insights? What would their lives look like? Now, I'll be honest. Not that I've been lying, but I'll be honest. I'm not the first one to come up with this idea. Because there's a course on life design at Stanford, pretty awesome. There's also a course on happiness at Yale University, also pretty awesome. But shouldn't life design and happiness be accessible to all students, not just those at world's most elite universities? Because that's what they're doing. Questions like, who am I? What do I stand for? Where do I want to go? And how do I get there? Finding your answers to these 4 questions is life design. And if you design your life, you design your happiness. Now, I still remember when I was in college, I thought I knew it all, which I obviously didn't. But the same goes for college students now, right? So you might wonder, how is it that they can insightfully design a better and happier life? And that's a really fair question. But guide anyone in life design for 8 weeks, and magic happens. And I got so excited about this idea to teach life design that I took it to the Applied University of Rotterdam. And they gave me a unique opportunity to actually teach it, to teach life design. And ever since we started the course in September, it's become so popular that it already has a waiting list. And Rotterdam, a city of 170 different nationalities, is the perfect place to see what would happen if you were to teach life design. Because regardless of your background, if you design your life, you design your happiness. Now, the thing about life design, the thing about teaching life design, it's like prepping for a talk, right? So right here, I have my talk. Been prepping it for weeks. I have it all worked out nice on paper. Right now we're about page 2. And right here, I got so excited about this idea. It's pretty awesome. But right now, if you want to design your life and you're fresh out of college, you got your degree, and you're unsure of your future, you might just go to career counselor. And odds are they'll ask you, what are you passionate about? But passion sure is a hot topic today, isn't it? But most people don't know their true passions. If you've seen your social media timeline recently, do you also get bombarded with these picture-perfect people who try to convince you with slogans such as, find your bliss, follow your dreams, live a life of passion? I sure do. But it's not as simple as that, unfortunately. Now, by now you might be wondering, what is it that I'm doing with these students over there? Well, the students get to work on their futures for 8 weeks. And by taking 2 months, they really get to time to grow new insights that will assist them in exciting futures. They get to work with design thinking, philosophy, and psychology tools that are repurposed to help them think about themselves and their futures. So what happens when you actually teach life design in college? So far, about 50% show measurable growth in mindfulness and actively redefining their lives. Another 25% show medium-sized changes. And now we're talking about starting volunteer work, opening their minds to multiple futures. But the biggest, the most interesting numbers are the last 25%. These are the students that show big changes. And now we're talking about dropping side jobs, starting entire new bachelor programs from the start, and even students who start their own company. They do all this to find balance and to align their lives. But keep in mind, this is still just an experiment. But by running this course continuously, we will change and adapt to maximize the effect it will have on the students. But so far, it's looking really promising. And one more thing that surprised even me was the amount of students that feel confident about their futures after taking this course. An amazing 83%. 83%! That is truly remarkable. Now, to wrap this up, it all comes down to this. If you were to teach life design, teaching life design might just be that helping hand to find balance before society gets a chance to rip those millennials apart. So please, help me spread this idea so we can prevent a tsunami of burnout. Because if you design your life, you design your happiness. Thank you.